When I was 10 or 11 years old, my grandmother lost her ever-loving mind. Um, no joke, she lost her mind. From what I understand, she had had a surgery, maybe gallbladder or something, and she was at home and had like a coughing or a sneezing fit. Her stitches busted open and like her intestines came out. And they flipped out and they called the ambulance, and the ambulance said to get a wet towels and put on them to keep them wet until paramedics could get there. So that's a tip for you guys. If your intestines ever come out, get a wet towel, put them on there until the paramedics get there. It keeps them moist. It'll keep you alive. Anyway, went and took care of all that, blah, blah, blah. But they said during the meantime that something had happened maybe with the oxygen supply to her brain. All I know is that I loved my grandmother. This is my dad's mom, blood birth mom. If you've seen other videos of mine, there's different people who come in that are step parents and this and that and their situations. This is my dad's blood mom. And honestly, out of everybody that I've endured on this planet in my 43 years, she's the one that I know loved me. I know she loved me. There was never a doubt that my grandma loved me. I mean, maybe things could have changed. She died when I was 12. But there's stories about her and other things. And this is just another one of those. But I love my grandma, and she loved me, and to see her start getting sick was just the oddest thing. And all the parents and the adults are trying to figure out what to do with her, institutionalize her, medicine, shock therapy, what do they do, nursing home, because they felt like she couldn't be at home anymore, and they felt like they didn't want to give up on her. I mean, it was just a whole bunch of decisions that had to be made, and they ended up institutionalizing her. What had happened was she got to the point where she would think the devil was in her. The devil was taking her over. And you would have to sit for hours and hours and stare into her eyes saying, no, there's nothing there. There's nothing there. You're okay. Because she thought that as long as you were looking at her, then he wouldn't appear. He wouldn't have the strength inside of her because you would see him, and he didn't want to be seen. So as long as you were staring at her, she felt fine. But as soon as you looked away, if she was alone, she stared into mirrors. But if she was alone and there was no reflective surface or person, she felt like that he had the strength over her, and he was having her do things. And she would sit around going, I feel him getting stronger. I feel the devil. Is the devil in me? Do you see the devil? Do you see the devil? I know he's there. I feel him. Watch me. Please watch me, and it was always continuous. And a lot of times I would get stuck with her. I mean, we all had our moments, but I would get stuck with her because all the adults were having conferences on what the world do, and quite honestly, I guess they were wore out. And probably, knowing the life that I've had and the different circumstances that I've been through, I think I just had a bunch of adults in my life that didn't think things made an imprint on kids. That we were just dumb and nothing went in until you turn like 20 or something. I don't know, but I remember it very well, and I remember how very sad it was, and she would just shake, and they tried the medicines, and they tried the counseling, and I begged and I pleaded that he wasn't there, and he wasn't there, and he wasn't there, and I was losing my grandma by the second, and I knew it, and it scared me, because there was nothing wrong with her, and she was beautiful. And just things happen, and I miss her. I miss her a lot. This whole family went to hell when she left. Probably would have went to hell anyway, but her death expedited things. And there's another video on her death. It's a mystery of suicide murder. You'll have to go check that out. It's interesting. Anyway, there we are. Have a good day. When I was a little girl, I had someone in my family who shoplifted, and I would be with them a lot of times when they would do that. I remember the first time that I saw them do it. They had a young child at that time, and they had a diaper bag, and we had gone into the grocery store and ended up on some kind of little off the side little aisle, and I saw them putting ground beef and formula and things like that into the diaper bag, and I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, my little 7, 8-year-old heart was just going 90 to nothing. And I was hoping we wouldn't get caught, and we didn't. And every time I would go to the store with this person, I was watching, you know, because now I knew. And this person started getting caught, and then we started shopping and going to other places, you know, that they wouldn't be known, and got away with it there a few times, and then started getting caught there. And I remember the last time that I remember them getting caught, I was with them, and I remember them taking us up into the office. It was an upstairs office at a grocery store. And mind you, this person wasn't stealing jewelry, cameras, or bullcorn stuff. This person was stealing food to take care of their families. This situation that they were in at the time put them in this situation. And, you know, I don't condone it, but they're stealing formula to feed their baby. They're stealing ground meat to provide a dinner. So, you know, that's the way it was. But I remember this last time getting caught, and we're upstairs, and they have this person off in another room, and they have me off in another room by ourselves, and I'm just piddle-pussing around, you know, drawing on a piece of paper or something at the desk. And I remember the store manager, who I assumed was the store manager, came out and said, "I just want to know if you know why you're up here." And of course I said, because there were things in the diaper bag. And they said yes, and they said, "We want to know who put them there." And I said, "Well, they did." And they said, "Well, they're telling us that you did it, that you have a really bad problem with stealing things and taking things, and that they knew nothing about it, that you put those things in the diaper bag, and we need to know the truth because this is very serious." And I was just like, "I didn't do it. I promise I didn't do it." And you know what? My heart broke in half. I mean, the very first big heartbreak I had was at that moment when I realized that an adult was putting it off on a kid. It was just, it was crazy. I thought this person that's supposed to protect me and love me is turning it on me. And I guess looking back, they had enough on their plate, and they couldn't afford to go to jail, and maybe that line would work, you know. But being on the receiving end of the lie, I just didn't find it very funny. So it's just the first heartbreak that this person kind of put me through. Anyway, just another story from my mind. Have a good day. Bye. 8th grade's hard on a kid. I should know. I did it 2 times. There's other videos about that. Long story short, 8th grade is a hard time. We all know it. Middle school, fixing going to high school, hormones going crazy. Anyway, I wouldn't have made it through 8th grade without that special friend, you know, that person that you can joke with and tease the teacher about, and just, you know, your buddy, your compadre, your partner in crime, if you will. And I had one of those, and she was absolutely the best. I mean, my right-hand man, and maybe I was her right-hand man. I don't know. I just know we were together. I also had a science teacher that year that was pretty cool. He was kind of laid back, good-looking guy, easy to get along with. He had a cool way of teaching, and you know, really kept the kids' attention and stuff, and that was fun. And the first part of the year, everything was grooving along and doing great, and my parents had split up, and there was chaos and confusion there. My mom's trying to find my dad. My dad's trying to outrun my mom, hiding from her, not wanting her to know where he's staying, because it would have been super drama. And so there was, you know, a lot of family issues and stuff, but I had my right-hand man, you know, and things were going to be okay. Well, about halfway through the year, my best friend started acting really, really weird. I mean, couldn't look me in the eye anymore. I don't know, just distance, just like she always had something on her mind but didn't want to tell me what, you know. And I just thought maybe her family's having some hard times and things will get better. And I also noticed that the science teacher was acting weird. He was wanting to give me extra special attention and a little extra time and a little extra credit, and which was kind of oogie because I had been through some experiences up to that point with men that weren't that positive. So he kind of ooged me out a little bit, but you know, but he never did anything. Anyway, it comes to find out that my dad one day said that he would take me to to his house where he was staying, his new house. He swore me to secrecy. Now, this was a real big issue between my dad that went wrong, and there is another video about it. It's called, where things went wrong with me and my dad, when I betrayed my dad. But anyway, so he came to get me, and he said that he wanted me to keep it secret and not tell my mom because things would get dramatic, and he was going to take me over to where he was staying, and did he have my trust and all this? And I said, yeah. Well, we get to the house, and guess who's there? My best friend. My dad has been having an affair with her mom. She knew it, but I didn't. And there she was, and she just started crying. She didn't know how to tell me, that what was going on with our parents. And quite honestly, it really messed stuff up because their relationship got stupid. Her mom didn't want us in the house, and my dad wasn't going to fight for her, so she was seeing my dad more than I was, and things kind of fell apart, but it was just the weirdest thing to walk in, and my dad's like, well, this is so-and-so, and this is so-and-so, and there's a room over here you can go and put your things, and there's someone in there I think you'll know. So here I go, and I open the door, and there she is, and she's just like, I couldn't tell you. And, odder yet, guess who lived next door? The science teacher. Yes. My science teacher knew what was going on, and that we were friends, and that my dad was with her mom, and it was crazy. The science teacher knew, which was why I was getting all the extra attention. So, anyway, 8th grade. It's tough enough without all this extra stuff, people. Bye.